C's of mental health, right? So we have coping, clarity, courage, and compassion, right? So mental health grows when we build the right skills, one choice at a time, right? So we choose how to respond. We choose what we want to do. We choose about how we're going to, go about our situation, right? So when it comes to research insights, mental health well-being improves when individuals learn practical coping and self-regulation skills, according to the APA. In addition to that, too, clear, structured frameworks make mental health strategies easier to apply consistently, right? So when we have the skills, we know what to do, we know what works for us, we know what's going to work, right? Things become more effective, efficient, and life becomes a little bit much more better for us with those improved skills. So stick with me, grow with me. We're going to be able to navigate throughout this video. However, in our first segment, we're going to be talking about coping, right? So managing stress in healthy ways, right? So we know what's wrong, we know what's right, but if we know what's right, let's do what's right. You feel me? So coping skills matter. So healthier coping reduces stress and emotional overload, according to the CDC. So I really want to take consideration that we need to have coping skills, because this is going to be able to help us in moments of distress, moments when we're down and out. Resilience, like I said, life doesn't get any realer, right? So there may be one day you wake up and you get a call or something happens to you, but how are you going to deal with it? Or you go to work and someone's out here projecting on you, how you going to blow up, lose your job. Life is life. We have to have the ways and how we go about things and really rationalize and have critical thinking, right? Before we just make a decision and we have some outcomes that we don't anticipate to be, right? So coping skills do matter. But moving forward, we're going to be talking about not all coping is equal, right? So avoidance may feel helpful short term, but increases self-stress over time, right? So I want to take into consideration being passive aggressive, being procrastination, just putting things off, right? Not really suiting our needs, not really putting ourselves first, causes us to feel inadequate, and that stress will come in some shape or form. Gotta be real with you. Next is going to be the active strategies, right? So we have breathing techniques, we have movement, working out, right? Or we have problem solving to support, emotional regulation. We have therapists, we have social workers to be able to sit down with you and assess whatever your situation is with a harmonious, right? So do no harm mindset with no judgment, right? And just allowing you to express whatever the situation is and really looking at it in a way to rationalize for you to have those proactive outcomes that you anticipate, right? With the skills as we're talking about. Next, we're going to talk about build a toolbox, right? So multi-coping options increase that resilience. So we're looking at things that work for you, right? Having multiple options. You always want to give yourself options, right? So if you ain't feel like doing the breathing technique, you have something else, right? If you ain't feel like taking a walk, you can do something else, right? You can do art, you can paint, you can have a paint knife for yourself. Different things that can be able to work for you, right? So everybody's different. And also, too, I also want you to be optimistic, be open, try something new, right?